Everyone. So this video is in regards to Winjet's post on his Facebook regarding the UCLA Blackface Party, and he disagreed with what was going on, and I wrote a comment saying that, hey man, I don't think I agree with you, and he responded. His latest response, he responded me in a comment, and saying like, hey, like this is like an argument against what you're saying, and technically I should be writing this down on a keyboard and typing everything up, but this is a very sensitive matter, right? And if I were to do like a really good writing, then I would have to source everything, like where this picture come from, and like I got to do all that, and it may take hours. So I think it'll be like a faster and more efficient way to say to create like a cool equal video in response to what Rinjet's response was to my comment. So yeah, and I think it'll be more effective too because I can just go on examples and everything, right? Show examples. So I guess I'll start off by saying two things, right? Number one, Winjet, I love you, right? And I hope you love me too. The reason why I say this is because just because we may disagree with something, in this case like a UCLA party, that doesn't necessarily make us hate each other. I hope not, or like make us like mortal enemies. We can still we can still hang out and be and accept each other, and at the end of the day, I hope like we're friendly enough, despite our differences in our opinion, to like grab a beer and everything. And yeah, that's my point. So I love you, and I hope you love me too. And I don't think like, and I hope you don't think that I'm like overly racist person who doesn't have a who has like a bad intention, right? I don't think about that you as well. So yeah, I still respect you as a person. I love you. So that's like my first thing. The second thing I would like to say is that I was wrong. Here I stated there, where is it? That but there are no photographical evidence of people wearing charcoal. Or no. There is no photographic evidence of actual people putting on blackface. After doing some research, what do I find? I see people wearing blackface. Here it is. So I guess this is like not a good statement, or this is not a valid statement anymore. But I still think a lot, like except this, I think I can. Most of the things I said, in my opinion, are correct, and he has like criticism specifically from that what I wrote before. So I think I'm gonna still go to his respond to his criticism. So yeah, so those are the two things I would really like to mention, and I'm gonna start by reading his original statement or original post. So here we go. For people who still don't understand the uproar and the controversy surrounding the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian themed party thrown by UCLA Sigma Phi Epsilon, here it is broken down for you in somewhat crude but humorous way. For the record, this incident shouldn't be used to vilify all Greek life, but it is a common theme that certain fraternities and sororities, or just certain members of theirs, need to be smarter about. UCSD Sigma Phi Epsilon, Rush Boob. That's pretty funny. Rush boob is another similarly unacceptable incident. These incidents are giving a bad name to their organization and even their universities. And I agree with, like, I mostly slightly agree with like what he said here. What I had disagreements about is the actual video itself. And here's what I wrote. One should assume innocence before guilty. There's no photographical evidence of actual people putting on blackface, which is wrong now. But there's photographical evidence of people wearing charcoal to parody and satirize Kanye West's Gold Digger. I still think this is okay, and I'll get to that later. Also, if someone were to actually put on a blackface, those individuals must be personally punished accordingly, rather than the whole fraternity getting punished and vilified for it, like it is happening right now. The party itself had no racist overtone, no need for pitchforks, in my opinion. So yeah, so this is wrong, obviously, as I stated before, but I can still defend this, and yeah. So let's go to Winjet's response. I am not saying that the theme was intentionally racist, but it showed very poor judgment to not realize that it could be perceived that way. Hence, ignorant. I don't agree with that statement. The reason why I say that is anything can be viewed as racist or sexist, but in a negative tone, given a different context. And I come from a tradition that respects the integrity of the particular context, and I think context is very, very important, right? One good example I can give you is like example of microaggression, right? And this argument is like used a lot. Let's say like a random like white dude comes up to me and says, "Hey Yoon, like what's your ethnicity or what country are you from?" And a lot of people say that, "Hey, like why are you asking me that question? Like are you questioning my like I'm American, and why are you asking me that question? Like, does it even matter?" But the question itself, like, let's say the question itself was like very, very innocent, and he was actually genuinely curious about my culture. Then, like, he genuinely had like an innocent view, but because it could be perceived that way, it's ignorant and it's poor judgment. I don't think so. Like, and you can't like, and this is like true with everything else, right? This is in contrast with, let's say like I'm at a political campaign and like people are like questioning my like ethnicity. It's like, hey, are you Korean? And like, or like you're not even American. And like, or like, what ethnicity are you? American? And like, then I'll be upset because it's in a different context, even though it's the same question, right? So I don't agree with this statement. The Compton cookout was certainly worse and overly racist, but that doesn't make the theme of this. The theme of the party excusable. I think I already addressed this previously, but it was. I mean, I guess like my view is that this party was acceptable. I guess to clearly put it yes or no, and the Compton's cookout was unacceptable because even the Compton's cookout had like a negative tone to actual overall organization of the party, right? That's why I'm criticizing that. If this were to happen, if a fraternity were to put this kind of party, and what happened was like Compton cookout, and their theme was like, hey, dress like thugs, blah 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 blah, bring grape soda, and then they actually put like a noose on it, like piñata of like a black man like making a like that's like really, really racist, and the overall theme was the like just ridiculing the black people, and it was put on by the fraternity, and that should be condemned because it's like blatantly racist, right? But the actual party, the UCLA party, was did not have such theme, and they even say it on the thing, right? In their Facebook, like their response. Kanye Western theme party was intended to celebrate pop culture, and it was like Kanye Western, and there was like specific people, and it was like it was a genuinely non-racist good intention. It was like to celebrate pop culture, in contrast to what was going on before. So I disagree with you on this, but it was like the Compton cookout was racist, and I agree with you that. I agree that the cultural insensitivity is a better word, better term to use. It didn't come to mind at the time. I've read up on the topic and have heard arguments on both sides. Here are two articles that I'd like to share. So I actually had to read a lot of articles on this too, because there are other people who had similar views as you and similar argument that we had. So and I read the LA Times article, but it's pretty much based on Daily Bruin's article, and I'm running out of time. Oh my god, this is going to be a really, really long thing. But I'm going to respond. It's important. So when I come back, I'm going to read this article. So yeah, I'll be back. Sure.